We've reached the end of the regular season, and we'll close it out with an NFC North slugfest. The Lions snapped a 4-game losing streak to the Packers back in Week 2. Now they go for the series sweep. Next.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And last week's win was indicative of how good this team can be. It was a complete performance.
Just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from Ford Field. This fielded right at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Here we go with the Packer offense, guided by their decorated QB with a long list of Pro Bowls and other accolades next to his name, of course. Aaron Rodgers leading the way.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. Looking left side, and he's got Sternberger. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
An early test. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Rodgers now to throw. Got a man. It's Amari Rodgers, complete. And he's going to have a Packers first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. First down and much more here for Jones. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now to this point. They had trouble stopping the run last week in a loss, and here it rears its ugly head early.
You're supposed to try and get your confidence going after a loss like that where you gave up big yards running the football. This is not the way to go about it. It looks exactly as it did just a week ago.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now Rodgers drops it to Jones in the flat. That catch good for only a couple. 8 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Rodgers. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Adams. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yard.
And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts a defense psychologically a heck of a lot more.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Here's Khalif Raymond to return. And he returns this to the 22. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 6-year quarterback, the former #1 overall pick of the draft, Jared Goff.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. And sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Running is Swift. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Goff now to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. This will wind up a loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset. So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got the tight end, Sternberger. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Rodgers now on first down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down, Rodgers. This one brought in by Sternberger. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 16. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. A give to Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers. And it's a Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Packers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report, and every team that's any good does.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Dean Lowry. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Goff, a handoff here to Swift. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try.
And oh, it's a safety. Goff got buried in the end zone. He couldn't get rid of it. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. And this returnable for Hill. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
16-0. That's the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. The give is to Jones, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And this will be a Packers first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
On first down, it's Jones, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2, and that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And that is caught, but the bank judge right there to say incomplete. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So when you factor in the safety, this now a 5-point swing.
And look, I'm not going to turn away a 5-point swing because 5 points, that's valuable. Don't get me wrong on this. But if they could have taken that safety and added 7 to it, now you're talking about a really big swing.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Chris Barnes there on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Now Goff. And this one's incomplete. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Goff. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can. Touchdown, Packers! Davante Adams with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Packers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Well, Davante Adams, he's a great volume receiver. Here, he's able to do some pretty nifty work after the catch.
And I caught a quick glimpse of him before the ball was snapped, and there was something about his body language where you could tell early in this play, he wasn't just thinking first down. He was thinking end zone, and he got there.
Extra point try now for Crosby. And that will bump the lead up to 26. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. And Detroit getting set to go now. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Here's Gong. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
On the draw, Goff will give this to Swift. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Lions on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. Goff now looking to throw. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So no gain on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Here's Jack Fox now as he's on to punt for Detroit. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Oh, he bowls over him. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Number 12 back out there. Aaron and his Packer teammates set to begin their drive. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Now Jones. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Tackled by Jeff Okuda. A 5-yard gain play.
Rodgers now on first down. And his throw is going to be incomplete. So, Charles, we have reached the end here of a long season, Week 18, which we don't say very often, although this is not the first Week 18 that the NFL has ever seen.
Not at all, and Brandon, some of the people might be a little bit too young to remember, but back in 1993, the league experimented with giving teams 2 open weeks for the year. And we also saw Week 18 when the league was on pause for a few weeks in 2001 following the attacks on September 11th.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Let's go.
And they'll use him out in the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. To throw, it's Rodgers. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 16 yards there. 2 straight plays of 16 yards and another first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jones. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. On the delay, Jones uses the stiff arm. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Back north. Hey, take 26.
To throw is Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
Now Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes, and the Packers continue to roll.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Now Crosby for the point after. And the route is on here in this first half. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the result, a Green Bay score. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Khalif Raymond now. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. DeAndre Swift heading back out with his Detroit teammates. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you've got a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 11.
They're going to try the jet sweep on 3rd and long. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Aaron Rodgers, we focus on him for our players spotlight. And really a solid group effort. I mean, the montage focuses on him, and rightfully so, but it's been a good job of a team to get this lead.
Oh, I'm with you totally on that. I love the observation. Offensive line and people having to protect him, they've really been in sync and been on point. How about the guys going out and catching the ball? Or the receivers, the running backs, everyone is involved today. And what we're watching right now is really a beautiful team effort, isn't it?
Absolutely. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers, nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Recovered by the offense.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Here's a give to Jones running left. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bajorquez to punt. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. And on now to a check on the next-gen stats in that first half for the Packers. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Lions, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely, but you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A play fake for Swift. Now Goff. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. They'll run right here with Swift.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Number 12 back out there. Aaron and his Packer teammates set to begin their drive. And a trio of touchdown passes so far. They've got the lead as well. All is good in their football world at this point.
And it's so much fun for our colleagues, right? Think about our producer, our director, everyone putting together these shots. Wouldn't you love to be in the truck right now and hear him calling for it? Give me that one, give me that one, give me that one. And we just saw 3 beautiful touchdown passes.
Now he's looking for 4. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Rodgers brings it in. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On 2nd and a yard. Goff. Oh, down at the line and intercepted. Picked up by Chris Barnes. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point try now for Crosby. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position and throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest. First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Goff now looks to throw. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. On the handoff, this is Swift.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 6.
Now it's Goff. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
The Packers take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the 2nd sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Rodgers' throw taken in by Valdez-Scantling.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Jones.
And he is going to have a Packers 1st down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
This is Jones. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
No gain on the play.
Rodgers now to throw.
Throw left side taken in by Rodgers.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Rodgers going to throw.
And he'll let this go deep for Lazard.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Lions will take over.
And Detroit back in possession of the football.
They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd.
A shotgun snap for Goff.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. A gain of 6 there on 1st. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Here's Rodgers. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. Rodgers again now. Looking deep for Adams. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he is finally out of bounds, just shy of the 5, all the way down at the 6. A big play there, Rodgers to Adams, 59 yards. Pretty good play by both the thrower and the catcher there, Charles. 3rd down, showed a lot of trust in his receiver.
And what I liked about the play was his receivers understanding that everything wasn't on time back in the pocket. Rhythm was off a little bit. He adjusted as well and gave them a chance to complete that play.
Now Jones. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
You having fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. Time for another look at this Lions offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. On 1st down, it's Goff. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Back
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
51, Mike 51.
From the 50, it's Goff.
He'll find Swift out of the backfield.
He's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
A great job there, and that old cliche, taking where the defense gives you, comes right into play. Nothing too out of the ordinary about the throw. Just a little dump off over the middle. But what is out of the ordinary is what he did with it after the catch. Not only did he grab the ball, but how about the significant yardage he picked up after he pulled it in?
To the air again, Goff.
And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again.
He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw again on second down. Goff.
He's going to get that to Swift underneath.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Seibert able to knock this one through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to his knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll be brought down here at the 28.
Jeff Okudah up from his cornerback spot to make the play.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
And here's Jones again on 2nd down.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The Packers on 3rd down. They've had plenty of success. 8 conversions, looking for a 9th. This time it's 3rd and 3. Able to find Lazard. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
They'll try to run some clock now with Jones. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Throwing is Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
Following the fumble recovery, Goff. And that's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Back to throw, Goff. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Goff now to throw.
He'll drop this one off to Swift.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 7.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Goff.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
91 is the mic. Hey, tight down.
From the red zone now, Goff. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle.
7 yards to pick up there.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a
And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Austin Seibert on for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Marching back onto the field now, Devontae Adams and company getting set to go. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
134 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Green Bay, it'll be a 13th win on the year. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead.